You don't hate English. You don't even dislike speaking. What you hate is the feeling that comes right before you speak, that tight chest, that dry mouth, that sudden silence in your head where words disappear. Let me say something clearly because nobody told you this before. You are not shy because your English is weak. Your English becomes weak because you feel shy. That order matters. And today we're going to fix the order, not by forcing confidence, not by pretending, but by learning how to speak calmly first, because calm comes before confidence.
Silence. Soft exhale.
Always. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed this strange thing? When you're alone, you can speak English in your room, in your head, while watching a movie or repeating lines. Your pronunciation is okay, your sentences come out. But the moment a real person is in front of you, everything changes. Your heart beats faster, your brain goes blank. You suddenly feel like a child again. That is not an English problem. That is a body problem. Your body thinks something dangerous is happening, not because English is dangerous, but because being seen feels dangerous. Here's the truth. Nobody says out loud. Most underconfident English speakers are not scared of speaking. They are scared of judgment. They're scared of sounding stupid, being corrected, being laughed at, being seen as less. So your body activates survival mode, fight, flight, freeze. And when the body is in survival mode, the brain cannot access language properly. That's biology, not weakness. So if you keep telling yourself, be confident, speak more, don't be shy, you are fighting your own nervous system and you will lose every time. So today, we are not chasing confidence. We are building calm English, not perfect English, not fast English, not impressive English, calm English. Because when your body is calm, your words come back automatically. Let me change one belief for you right now. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is emotional stability while speaking. Read that again. A slow speaker who is calm sounds fluent. A fast speaker who is nervous sounds broken. You don't need better vocabulary. You need a calmer starting point. Here's the first shift. Stop trying to start strong. Underconfident people always try to begin with a perfect sentence, and that pressure kills them. Instead, learn to start soft. Not, I would like to express my opinion regarding, but, well, I think, not. Actually, what I want to say is, but, maybe. These are not weak words. They are calming words. They give your body time to settle. Confidence doesn't come from sounding powerful. It comes from sounding comfortable. Now let me say something important. Pausing is not a mistake. Rushing is. When you rush, your body hears panic. When you pause, your body hears safety. Native speakers pause all the time. They breathe, they think, they restart. But underconfident learners think, if I pause, they'll judge me. So they push words out too fast, and everything collapses. Give yourself permission to pause. Silence is not failure. Silence is control. Here's a simple rule. Short sentences are not bad English. They are clear English. You don't need long grammar structures to sound good. Say one thing, then stop. Say another thing, then stop. Calm speakers break their thoughts naturally. Nervous speakers try to say everything at once. Choose calm. Now let's talk about the biggest lie you are told. You must think in English. No, you must feel safe in English. Thinking comes later. When you're anxious, the brain cannot switch languages smoothly. So instead of forcing thinking, lower the pressure. How? By lowering expectations. You are allowed to speak simple English forever. You are not on trial. Nobody is giving you marks. This is not school. This is life. Let me give you a small exercise, not a speaking exercise, a calm exercise. Next time you speak English, do this. Before the first word, breathe out slowly, not in a dramatic way. Just release the air. That tells your body, I'm not in danger. Then start with a soft opener. Well, so you'll feel the difference instantly, not because your English improved, but because your body relaxed. Here's the deep realization: the reason you freeze is not English. It's the moment you start watching yourself. You suddenly leave the conversation and enter your own head. How do I sound? Is this correct? Are they judging me? The moment you monitor yourself, fluency dies. Calm speakers are not thinking about themselves. They are focused on the message, not the mirror. So next time, choose curiosity over control. Focus on, what am I trying to say? Not, how am I saying it? Now let me be honest with you. You don't need to become confident to speak English. You need to become okay with being imperfect. Confidence grows after repetition, not before. Anyone telling you otherwise is lying. Speak calm first. Confidence will catch up later. Let's reset your goal. Your goal is not speak like a native. Your goal is stay calm while speaking. That's it. If you stay calm, you win, even with mistakes. If you panic, you lose, even with perfect grammar. One more thing. Stop copying confident personalities. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be funny. You don't need to be bold. Quiet English is still strong English. Some of the most respected speakers in the world speak softly. Calm has gravity. Noise doesn't. Now imagine this. You're speaking English. Your voice is steady. Your sentences are simple. You pause when you want. You're not rushing. You're not trying to impress. You're just communicating. That version of you already exists. You've felt it, alone. Our job is not to create something new. It's to remove fear. So here's your new rule. Every time you speak English, ask yourself one question. Am I calm right now? Not, am I correct? Not, am I fluent? Just calm. If the answer is no, slow down. That's growth. Let me end with this. You were never bad at English. You were scared of how people might react to you. That fear made your body tense. That tension blocked your words. Nothing is wrong with you, and nothing needs to be forced. We rebuild your voice slowly, safely, one calm sentence at a time. Stay with me. This is only the beginning.